and welcome to the Math League YouTube channel. The following video was recorded by one of our staff members live at one of our contests.
Hi, I'm Chinmay and I'm an intern at Math League, and I'll be going over a question from the sprint round. We'll be doing sprint number 13. Among the elements of the set 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, all the way up to 2 to the power of 2022, the product of the elements of all elements not in the form 4 to the power of 4 to the power of n, where n is a non-negative integer, can be written as 2 to the power of k, and it's asking us to compute the remainder when we divide k by 1,000. So basically asking for the last 3 digits. Okay, so we're looking for, out of this set, how many of them aren't of the form 4 to the 4 to the n. So 4 to the 4 to the n, since 4 is equal to 2 squared, we can rewrite this as 2 to the power of 2 times 4 to the n, because it would just be 2 squared, which is 4 to the power of 4n, same thing. And so how many numbers are in this form in this set? So let's see. So if n is equal to 0, that means 4 to the 0 is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. So 2 squared would be one of them that's not in the set. So I'm just going to list out the ones that are not in the set. So 2 to the 2 squared, and then when we change n to 1, it would be 2 times 4, so 2 to the 8. And then each of the next ones is we multiply this power by a factor of 4. So next would be 2 to the 32. So right now I'm just listing all of them that are not in the form. And so what we can do is, let's see, so 2 to the 128 is also not in the set. And then finally, 128 times 4 is 512. And since after that, it would be greater than 2022 for the power. So these are the 5 numbers that aren't in the set. So now we just need to find the product of the rest of them. So if we're taking the product of 2 to the 0 all the way up to 2 to the 2022, the product of those numbers would just be 2 to the power of what we get when we add all of those powers together. So the product of these numbers would be the total number of numbers, so 2023 times the average, which is 2022 divided by 2, or 1011. Okay, so that's the product of all the numbers, and then now we need to remove these ones. So we'll subtract by, so minus the sum of all these numbers. So 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 plus 32 is 42, 42 plus 128 is 170, and 170 plus 512 is equal to 682. So make sure to subtract 682. And so now we have the product. So we know that k is equal to this right here. So we have, so this is what k is equal to, and we're trying to find the last 3 digits of that. So to find the last 3 digits of this product, we can just multiply 23 times 11, and that'd be 253. So those are the last 3 digits of this product. And then subtract 682. And okay, so let's subtract it off. So we get 1, and then it'd be 7. And then we'll just add 1 here for carry. Oh, wait. Okay, and then it'd be 11 since we carried the 1 over to make that 15. Minus 8 is 7. It's just subtraction right now. So 571 would be the last 3 digits of k, which is the remainder when we divide it by 1,000. So our answer would be D. Okay.
Hi everybody, this is Tim. Hope you're enjoying our videos. If so, you know what to do: like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that sort of thing. But what I'd really want to invite you to do is to send us an email at media@mathleague.org. Tell us which problems you'd like to see us cover next in our video series. Take care and see you in the next video.